So just welcoming everyone today and thank you for joining. I think it's always nice to be in community in any way that we can, even for just a few moments to set the intention this morning to recognize that we're all here to do our best, to be in community and support one another, but mainly to make sure that you're okay, to check in with your own body and see where you are with everything. And starting at that place, because if we're not grounded and centered, there's not going to be a way to sustain what's happening and then be able to support others, whether it be your family, your friends, elderly, whomever you are interacting with in whatever way that might be. So just want to bring that forward to say, make sure you take care of yourself every day and give yourself space. I even noticed for myself yesterday at the end of the day, just feeling the overwhelm arise and taking the time at the end of my day to sit again and get some stillness before I went to bed. And even with that, my mind was, spinning. It's almost like I was in this dream state of thinking about the different things that are going on and even some of the offerings that are online and choosing which ones to do and not do. It's really, I'm seeing this pull to fill my time with offerings that are online. And there are some beautiful offerings online. And, maybe that's one way that you can, kind of search and find some community and find some grounding for yourself. And obviously you did that here today. So there's ways to find support, but then there's also the recognition that it may be a little overwhelming, and that this is a time to take a step back. So just offering today that you take stock, you take a search of yourself every now and then and say, what do I need right now? How can I best support myself? And maybe I do need to step away, or maybe I need to engage a little bit more. So just looking carefully, perhaps something shifted today, whether you found out something at work, whether something happened with a family member, whatever that might be. And just as you get that information, just taking some deep breaths and letting it absorb and then breathing it out and coming back to center. And that's what I'm going to help you with today, is that process of really coming back to center. So I just thought I'd read a little quote first, and then I will begin the meditation. So this is an offering the mandala, it's called. Here is the great earth, filled with the smell of incense, covered with a blanket of flowers. The great mountain, the 4 continents, wearing a jewel of the sun and moon. In my mind, I make them the paradise of a Buddha and offer it all to you. May this deed, may every living being experience the pure world. So just finding a comfortable seat and grounding with a nice tall spine. And let us begin. So in meditation, it's nice to have a strong posture, one of a straight spine, maybe feeling a little lifting through the head. Yet we let the weight of our body settle into the seat, settle into the earth, and feeling that support of Mother Earth below us. And just taking a moment to tune in to where you are right now. What is the energy in your body, in your heart? And noticing the rhythm of your breath with each inhale and exhale. And if you feel comfortable and you haven't already, you can close your eyes or gaze gently down at one spot on the floor or on your desk or wherever you might be sitting. And let's take 3 big, deep inhales and exhales together. Inhaling deeply and exhale. Deep inhale and exhale. A deep inhale and exhale. Seeing if you can find some stillness in that exhale for a moment before you take an in-breath. Just allowing your muscles to relax and settle into the stillness. And when you're ready, taking in that inhale and next exhale at your own rhythmic pace. Just beginning to get into the flow of the inhale and the exhale, letting the body breathe itself. It does it on its own, thankfully. I think at this point I might forget to breathe if I wasn't programmed in the body to do so. So just letting it breathe you. And as you inhale, maybe imagining a filling up of all the corners of the skin and the edges of the body. And with each exhale, inviting every muscle to soften, shoulders to drop, your jaw to relax. And really tuning into the weight of the body as if it's melting into the earth a bit. Yet we still are feeling that slight lift through the back of the spine and at the top of the head. Yet our base begins to just really melt into the ground. So we inhale with a lift and we exhale into the ground. Maybe the inhale even pulls from the earth and rises all the way through your spine and up out the top of your head. And then the exhale grounds us back into the earth. So this gentle lifting and settling. This practice of lifting and settling can create some balance in the mind, in the body, and bring us back to center. As we breathe in and we breathe out. Just continuing to tune in to where you might need a little extra breath or relaxation in certain parts of the body. See where you might still be holding tension. Could be something subtle in the forehead or the thighs resting in the chair, just fully relaxing. And creating this strong base this foundation, yet lifting through the top of the head with each inhale and exhale, grounding back into the earth. One visualization I like to use in this practice is being like a mountain. Imagining yourself as this wonderful, solid, grounded mountain, rooted into the earth, yet at your peak you lift high into the sky. And all around you, you may see the clouds. You may see birds flying around, weather coming and going. Yet you know at your base you are solid and grounded. You can be aware of all that's happening around you, yet you can find stillness in that. In your inner core, in your inner being, there's that stillness that you can ground into and simply be an observer of what is happening, witnessing the coming and the going with stillness. We can allow the thoughts, we can allow the feelings, and just simply witness without becoming attached to them, clinging to them, just observing as they come and they go. As we inhale and we exhale. Just noticing where the mind wants to take you. And again, being just a witness to the thoughts, what's arising, sensations, any sounds that are pulling you away. Just noting them, maybe attaching them to one of those clouds and letting them drift off. And bringing yourself back to the breath and the grounding, feeling the rooting into the earth and the lifting in the sky with each inhale and exhale. If you've been imagining yourself as a mountain, notice what that mountain looks like. How have you imagined your mountain? Do you want to transform that view, or are you happy with the view you've created? Does it have beauty, color, growth, flowers and trees? Just noticing the power of transforming that visual if you need to, and reimagining the mountain as yourself and how you want to be in the world. As you continue to breathe in and lift, and breathe out and ground. And perhaps if you're willing, you can take your imagination one step further and imagining the light or the weather around you. If you want to feel the warmth of the sun or the coziness of a rain shower, just imagining that sun or rain beaming down on your mountain, fueling you in any way that you need, just soaking it in as you breathe in and you breathe out. You are the mountain. You are the weather. You are the grounding into the earth, the flowers, the trees, the earth. And the beauty. And just taking that grounding and that expansion back into the body, tuning back into your breath. And just noticing how you feel in this moment. Tuning into your seat. Noticing your space around you through sounds, room temperature. Let's Join together in one more deep inhale and exhale as we breathe in and we breathe out. You can gently open your eyes if they were closed, or bring your attention back to our group. So at any moment, you can take an opportunity to pause and just reground yourself if you're feeling a little out of sorts or overwhelmed or whatever you might be feeling, in a sense of confusion or frustration. And just taking that moment to reimagine something. I'm curious to how that felt to reimagine your mountain, if you did, or what might have come up for anyone today. But first of all, thank you for joining me. That was a really wonderful practice, even for myself. I caught myself imagining my mountain as this flat, dark shape. And then later on, as I moved on, just added some flowers and trees and let the sun shine a little bit brighter. And it felt nice to just perk it up a bit. And just know that I had that in me, that creative piece that allows me to visualize that. And if you're not a visual person, maybe you could at least try to sense it. Yeah, Lissa, your mountain was wild and windy. I love that. Yeah. I love that it was free. Thank you for sharing that.
I actually saw some beauty, definitely. And then the rain turned to kind of like a waterfall.
Oh, nice.
And flowers. And I think I just keep trying at this time to look for what the pause in life gives us. And I hope that so many people always say that they wish they had more time to fill in the blank. And what can we find? What can we do that will fill us while we have this time at home?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to stay positive that way.
I believe that we all have a gift. It could be something small, or it could be, something more grand that you're able to share with a large population. But I'm actually grateful for people who post cat videos. They make me laugh. And if that's your gift, then great, because it's a relief for someone. So, maybe there is an opportunity to really tune into what your gifts are and how you can share them, even if it feels small, but to find some levity or some grounding for someone or whatever that might be. My husband and I were actually thinking this morning that we have a lot of land, and maybe after this is all said and done, people are going to need room to garden, to really provide for themselves. So we've got that. We're keeping that in mind. We can offer land for garden space or something like what, looking around and thinking creatively about what's possible for ourselves, whether it's just sitting in meditation and finding that pause, or something that you have available to you that can be shared. So there's no right or wrong to this, I don't believe. Even if this weren't happening, even if this coronavirus were not happening right now and causing this, where can we find grounding and see what's possible for our lives and creating our lives the way we want? So
exactly.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to share before we close out today? Happy to sit for a moment. I do have another meditation tomorrow night, Friday. It's a community of 5 practitioners who share meditation every night at 8. We have individual chat rooms. So I will be sharing that on my Facebook page. And it's a different post that you can link to find each individual person's Zoom room if you do want to join on 8 o'clock at night. And then I'll be on again Sunday at 10, and then we'll rinse and repeat. Well, I wish you all a beautiful day. Thank you all, and namaste. Hopefully I'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Take care.